Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to manifest success in your online business in 2023. If you're new here, hi, I'm Amy from Rebelle Nutrition, and over the past 5 years, I have built a multi-7-figure online course business, selling courses on topics like nutrition, minimalism, human design, Instagram, and my signature offer, Online Course Academy, where I help you guys create passive income with your own online courses. So obviously, I am a huge fan of the strategy that goes into online courses and online businesses in general. But I also think a really underrated part of success is the energetic side, because strategy and hard work can really only get you so far if your subconscious beliefs do not align with what your conscious mind is trying to achieve. For example, maybe you say to yourself every single day, I want to make $1 million, but deep down in your subconscious mind, you think rich people are bad, or you think that money is the root of all evil, or more money, more problems. Or maybe you're actually afraid of the responsibility that would come with making that much money, like taxes. So this video is going to share some of my top tips for manifestation, as well as how to get to the root of what your subconscious beliefs might be if they're blocking you. So tip number 1 for manifesting success in 2023 is to set really clear and specific goals. I'm sure you've heard this advice before from literally every other business coach out there. But on the energetic side of things, if you are unclear about what your goals are, if you're being unclear with the universe is simply not going to know what to deliver to you. So you want to set clear and specific goals, but you also want to be a certain level of detached from those goals. What I mean by that is you're setting these specific goals and you have them in mind, but there's no needy energy. You have to feel so confident that these goals can and will be yours that you can let the universe do the hard work. You don't need to be micromanaging everything that's happening to get them to you. You just know that they're going to be yours. The best kind of analogy for this detached energy that I'm talking about is when you go to a restaurant and you place an order. You know what you want, you're very clear, you're specific if you want something on it, if you want something taken off. And then after you place your order, you relax. You sit there, you enjoy, you know that that order is coming to you. So you don't need to go running back into the kitchen and micromanaging what they're doing. You sit and you wait for it to be delivered to you. That's the same type of energy you want to have when you're setting your clear and specific goals. Set the intention, be really clear, state exactly what you want, and then have faith and trust that those goals are going to find you. And if they don't find you exactly, it's this or something better. Maybe the universe has even a better plan for you than you had for yourself. And staying open to that is another huge part of this. So in terms of what types of goals to set, I like to break down my goals into a couple different categories. So I like to think about, of course, the physical items that I would like to own. Maybe you want to buy a new car, maybe you want a new Chanel bag, maybe you want to buy a house, things like that. But I also think more importantly to think about the type of experiences that you want to have, maybe places that you want to travel to, people that you want to meet, partners that you want to meet, feelings or emotions that you want to experience on a day-to-day basis, maybe jobs that you want to have or create for yourself, or if having a certain amount of money in savings or invested is important to you, those could be great goals as well. I'm reading a book right now called Happy Pocket Full of Money, and it talks about how the more goals you have, the more successful of a person that you're going to be, and the most successful people actually have thousands of goals. Now that seems like a lot to me, so maybe even just starting with like tens or hundreds, but the point here is you got to shoot for the stars. Like the more goals, the more specific, the more you stay aligned with what it is that you're trying to achieve, the better. Okay, step number 2 for manifesting success in your business in 2023 is to visualize your success. So now you have all of your clear and specific goals. You want to spend at least 20 minutes a day visualizing those things happening to you. Now, this is something called mental rehearsal. I learned about this from the Superhuman app. So if you guys don't have the Superhuman app downloaded yet, I highly recommend it. It's great for visualization because what it is a bunch of, and this is not sponsored by the way, but it's a bunch of guided meditations and visualizations that you can listen to before you go to sleep, while you're getting ready, while you're on a walk, whatever it is that you're doing. And you can specifically search for ones related to abundance or becoming your next level self or anything. Literally, there's so many on there, but it's a great way to kind of just tune out and listen to a guided visualization where you can do this mental rehearsal in your brain of walking you through what your perfect day is going to be like, or what it's going to feel like when you have that $1 million in your bank account, or whatever it is. And I know that 20 minutes seems like a lot, but I swear if you break it up into smaller sections, I usually do 10 minutes right when I wake up in the morning and 10 minutes right when I go to sleep at night. Sometimes if I'm having a rough day, I'll do a couple more throughout the day, but it really, really makes such a huge difference. Okay, number 3 is to become aware and to identify your limiting subconscious beliefs. So like I said before, your conscious mind is probably thinking of all these goals that you have for yourself and all of these things that you want to achieve, but deep in your subconscious, there might be beliefs that you grew up with or really subtle mindset shifts that can be completely blocking your manifestations. So let me give you a quick example of what this could look like, because again, a lot of times these are really, really subtle. So let's say you're on Instagram and you see somebody flying on a private jet and just living their best life, traveling the world, and you're scrolling through and in your mind, you're kind of like, oh, well, that's nice for them, but like, I could never do that. And again, pay close attention because these can be really subtle. Or maybe you have a thought to yourself like, oh, well, that was easy for them because of X, Y, and Z, but it's gonna be so much harder for me for all of these reasons. It doesn't matter if those reasons are true or not. The point being is that you have limiting beliefs about seeing somebody else's success and for whatever reason, thinking that it's not possible for you. When in fact, the mindset shift you can make there is, oh my gosh, this is possible for them. That means that it's possible for me. And try to retrain your mind to look for similarities about that person and you. So maybe that person is your same age, or maybe they have some similar interests as you. All of those are great reasons why if they can do it, so can you. Another really powerful emotion that you can leverage to better yourself is jealousy. So also, if you're scrolling on Instagram again and you see somebody you're jealous of for whatever reason, maybe it's the way that they look, maybe it's what they're doing with their life, maybe it's their job, maybe it's their family, maybe it's how much money they have, or whatever it is. If you feel those feelings of jealousy, it's actually a good way to know that it's your higher self or your inner self kind of telling you like, oh, I'm interested in this. Maybe what they're doing is also right for me. Because this is the thing, you wouldn't feel jealous if it wasn't right for you, or you weren't at least somewhat interested in doing what that person is doing. To give you an example, like I can look at basketball players on the TV and think to myself, wow, they're so talented, look at them go. I'm happy for them, but I don't feel jealous because I have no desire to be a basketball player whatsoever. Now, when I was first starting my business and I saw other entrepreneurs traveling the world and like being fabulous and helping people and making money all the time, of course there was a part of me, a small part of me, that was a little bit jealous of that lifestyle, because at the time I was still stuck in my 9-to-5. But that jealousy was what I needed to propel me to look inward and be like, wait, maybe that means that I should do that too. Okay, number 4 is actually to take inspired action. So manifestation and energy work is incredible, but I really think that the last part of manifesting what you want is to take inspired action. Now, action doesn't always get you where you want to be if it's not inspired, if it's not aligned with what you are meant to be doing. So the way that I like to figure out what that next action step is for me is, this is a little woo-woo, but if you made it this far in the video already, you're with me, right? But before I go to bed every night, I ask my subconscious mind a question. So literally, I will be going to sleep and I will think to myself, subconscious mind, where am I meant to live? Something like that. Whatever question you're like currently struggling with, maybe it's a business question, maybe it's a lifestyle question, whatever. And then all you have to do is go to sleep, because your subconscious mind is always working for you. If you pose a question to your subconscious mind, it's going to be working in the background the entire time that you're sleeping, trying to come up with an answer to that question. And then what I notice is that when I really tune in the next day, there might be little ideas that come to me, or signs. I'm big into signs. So I start paying attention to signs and coincidences, little things that like ping my mind of like, oh, maybe this is the answer that my subconscious mind is giving me. Another idea is maybe when you're going to bed, you say to your subconscious mind, okay, show me the path to build my multi-million-dollar business. And then you go to sleep and you wake up the next morning and maybe you listen to a podcast where somebody's talking about online course creation, or somebody's talking about how they started a drop shipping store and made millions in a year, something like that. Like those are all little pings from the universe or your subconscious mind telling you like, ooh, maybe this is the direction, maybe this is the direction. So being open and listening to what your subconscious mind, what the universe offers to you, and then taking action on what feels right is the next step. And that leads me to number 5, which is be open and receptive to new ideas. Most of the time when we are creating a new future for ourselves, a lot of those experiences, a lot of the things that we're taking action on are actually terrifying because we've never done them before. So in order to get a place you've never been before, you're gonna have to do things that you've never done before. So it's completely normal to feel super scared, super fearful, super doubtful that you're doing the right thing, that it's gonna work out for you, and just know a lot of that is totally normal. So don't be afraid to take risks, try new things, allow yourself to kind of go down a rabbit hole and listen into your intuition about like, ooh, this is something that feels right for me. Oh, I'm not that into that like I thought I was gonna be, things like that. A really good example of this in my own life is when I started to get really interested in things like astrology and human design. I literally went down such a rabbit hole, learning everything I possibly could about human design. And I was obsessed with it, and it led me to eventually making a course on it and profiting and growing my business in the realm of human design. Obviously, I don't really teach human design anymore, but that was a huge way that I grew and scaled my business and has led me to where I am now as a multi-million-dollar business owner. Next tip for manifesting success in your business in 2023 is to practice gratitude. Now look, I know it's so cliche, you've probably heard this a million times, but the truth of the matter is that you manifest from a state of being. And usually the things that you're trying to manifest are high vibrational things like love, joy, abundance. But that means if you currently feel like shit and you're being an asshole, it's gonna be really hard for you to manifest all of those things that you want. So focusing on feeling as grateful as you possibly can about the things you currently have in your life, the things that you have already done, the things that you already have, and focusing on prioritizing feeling good right now, whatever that looks like for you, whether that's a nap, whether that's a workout, whether that's going to your therapist, literally whatever it is that makes you feel really good is only going to help you be more successful in manifesting whatever it is that you're trying to call in. Again, vibration is everything. You are vibration. Everything is energy. So you want to match the vibration of the thing that you're trying to call in. And again, if you're super negative, down in the dumps, and hating your life all the time, you're not going to manifest or be able to call in successfully the success, the abundance, the love, the joy, the peace, anything like that. The next tip is to surround yourself with positivity. I'm sure we've all heard this quote that you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So it's okay to be fiercely protective of your time and your energy and the people that you spend the most time with. A good analogy I've heard for this is asking yourself, okay, is this person a faucet or a drain? Meaning, are they a faucet? Are they somebody who gives me energy and peace or joy or whatever those feelings are that you want from somebody that you're spending time with? Or are they a drain? Do you feel like every time you leave them, you're just sucked dry of everything good in your life? I'm sure we can all think of examples of people on either side of the spectrum here, but it's just a really good way to kind of ask yourself, okay, should I really be spending that much time with these people who always leave me feeling drained? Probably not if you're trying to manifest something different for your life. Okay, last but not least, honestly, my top manifestation tip is investing in things that support your highest self. So if you've never heard the term your highest self, sometimes I refer to this as like my next level self or the person, the highest, best version of me. What is this version of me doing on a day-to-day basis? How are they acting? How are they being? What are they wearing? How are they feeling? How are they feeling is the most important to me. So I really take some time to visualize, what does that look like? What is my future self feeling every single day? For me personally, this looks like continuing to run my business, but also being relaxed, being peaceful, being zen, having fun, having energy, doing the things that light me up, and feeling a sense of peace and calm. That's very important to me. So when I think about investing in things that support this next level version of me or my highest self, I think about things like going to the spa. I think about things like prioritizing sleep. I think about things like investing in really high quality food and produce and even clothing that is really soft and makes me feel luxurious. Anybody who's into astrology, you have to know that I have a Taurus moon. It's gonna make so much sense to you. But truly all of these investments, and of course investing doesn't always have to be your money. It also could be your time. It could be time spent going to the gym, things like that. But any investment in my highest self, I know is gonna help me manifest anything I'm trying to call in. I hope these tips for manifesting success in your online business in 2023 were helpful for you. I know they have been super helpful for me and made a huge impact on my life. And if online course creation feels like the next aligned step for you in your business, I would love to invite you to my free masterclass. I'm gonna link it below. It's called How to Create Passive Income with Your Own Online Course. This is the strategy side that I was talking about earlier. So you're gonna learn how to choose a profitable course topic in any industry. You're gonna learn how to grow an audience using social media, and you're gonna learn how to sell your course passively, as well as more information about my online course academy. So I will link to that below. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful, hit the red subscribe button, and I will be back again next week with another video. Bye.